I was just going to say that some of this is learned behavior, especially when it comes to panic and other emotional responses. Panic is contagious, and so is calm. We talk about, or in my circles, we talk about combat calm. I have seen and heard people whose calmness, whether it was reality or not, the perception that they were putting out was that they were completely in control, and it calmed down their subordinates that were looking for them for guidance and to be able to make decisions and do whatever. You know, I just used the example of being a platoon sergeant during a casualty event. I was an OC for the Rangers, different Ranger battalion, and I met a guy that would grow up to be Sergeant Major Grippy. Grippy was the battalion CSM of one of the infantry battalions that flew into Operation Anaconda, and he was wounded right on infill and had to deal with some MASCAL issues. I met the guy when he was a company first sergeant, and his company attacked my my objective, which was on it was a hangar on Spokane Air Force Base. And his boys took a little bit of an ass whipping coming in, and I probably assessed somewhere between 8 and 11 casualties with his company. And I watched this guy strut in, and he's in the middle of this hangar, and they're lining all the Rangers up, and he's got to decide what chalks these guys came in on and what chalks they were going out on. And like Grippy never let any of that phase him. I had a guard that was watching the front of the hangar, and he had gotten shot and he had knocked the table over, but Grippy like picked the folding table back up and scooted up to it in his chair and unloaded all of his notebooks and his leader books and shit, and he started working numbers on dust-offs and medevacs and everything, just as calm as you could possibly be. And I sat back I think I was a junior E6 at the time, and I was like, man, that dude has got his shit together. And he just, his ability to just not let everything that was going on around him was pretty awesome. We had a klaxon, like alarm bell. I mean, it was loud. And I had found where the switch was for this thing, and I told the Op 4, hey, when they attack, you need to hit the alarm bell. And it was so loud in there that you could not even conduct a face-to-face conversation with somebody else without screaming. And Grippy just, as a matter of fact, he just kind of turned to one of the Rangers that ran by, and he just kind of pulled the guy in. He said, hey, stud, find out where the switch for that alarm is and turn it off, please. Because he was just trying to clear his mind and get himself right to do whatever, you know. And that dude set an example for me in some bunk-ass training event in 1997 that would come back around when I was a platoon sergeant dealing with the exact same bullshit later on. So, you know, we talk about you can't teach mindset and whatever, but you can teach coping strategies, and you can absolutely set an example with how you conduct yourself under cognitive overload to prevent that panic from taking a hold and taking a grip of your people. And even something as simple as working in a team and dynamic, like with snipers or whatever, how you address your teammate when you are stressed the fuck out, taking that extra time to take a deep breath and communicate effectively. Because if you're stressed out and physically privated, your partner's the same way. And if you call him a motherfucker for a bad win call, he is going to motherfuck you right back. Next thing you know, you're not trusting the information that you're putting out to each other, and you have a dysfunctional team dynamic. And it all started because you were not willing to go, all right, man, I said 0.5 left. Roger that. When he's starting to freak out, hey man, did you say left or right? I said 0.5 left, in a nice, calm, even tone. It's gonna set the dynamic for everything that you two people are gonna do together in that hole, guys. learn behavior and setting the example. Take a deep breath before you key the hand mic, that kind of shit. They're timeless lessons that all of us that had any decent leaders in the military taught us, and the shit works, and it's backed in this cognitive science crap that we've been talking about.